Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurame Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Sarvamangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanitrambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Swaminarayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Lakshmi Narayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Krishna Narayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Nar Narayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Vasudev Narayanaya Namo Namaha. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshya Mamritat. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar. Jai Kapesate Loko Ujagar. Ramaduta Tulita Baladhama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavir Bikram Bajarangi Kumati Nivara Sumatike Sangi. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to NITYA Satsang. Today is the 14th of January 2023. I would like to offer my prostrations, prayers, and Danvat Pranam to all the great sages, past, present, and the future, who are on the earth today, yet to come, etc., and to the Supreme One without a second, Parabrahma Paramatma, residing everywhere and in the heart of every being. With that prarthana and asking for blessings from God, we are continuing our understanding and exploration of Avastha Traya. This is the most fascinating thing to look at. Avastha Traya means waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. The Avastha Traya is connected with many other ideas in Vedanta, and I'm going to show you a little diagram here to clarify that, and I will be sending this diagram and some additional materials in the WhatsApp group. So, Avastha Traya is connected with the three bodies. So this diagram that is shown here, that is Sharira Traya. So there's 4 points here. Sharira Traya, Panchakosha, Avastha Traya, and Antakarana. Just to be clear about the terminology. We have been talking about Antakarana, Ahankar, Buddhi, Manas, Chitta. We've talked about it last week and it's time before. And we'll continue to go back to that again. So there is a connection between the three bodies, that is Sharira Traya, the Panchakosha, that is the 5 sheaths, okay, and the Avastha Traya and the Antakarana. So Sharira Traya are what? Sthul Sharira is gross body. This physical body that we see, this is called Sthul Sharira, Sthula Sharira. And it is made out of food, so it is called Annamaya Kosha. It's the same thing, just another name for that, but it is a way to think about it. It's a kosha. And this is what we are aware of while we're awake. In the Jagrat Avastha, we're aware of this physical body, this physical Sthul Sharir, more than anything else, really. And we're functioning in that way. And the Antakarana is active. The Ahankar, Buddhi, Manas, Chitta, all 4 are active. So you see the connection there. And the experience is Jagrat Avastha. So the Avastha is the waker, the waking state. That is Jagrat. We're awake right now. This is called Jagrat Avastha. And we are experiencing the Vishwa. The Vishwa is the experiencer here. So the experiencer is always there. That is the Atma Tattva, is experiencing this outside world and the body through the waking of Avastha. So you can see the connection. Right? Now, these things are not separate from each other completely. They predominate. Like when we're awake right now, waking state is predominating. But we could also we could be a little bit dull and sleepy, and we could be awake but not completely awake, and the Swapna Avastha can creep in. Some other states can creep inside there. They can be mixed also. All right. And what is not shown in this diagram, which is probably shown in another diagram, is the 3 gunas of Maya. So with the Sthul Sharir, with the gross body, the predominating guna is Sattva Gun in Jagrat Avastha. Not always, not that people are always Sattvic in Jagrat Avastha, but it's just a predominating guna. Now, let's go to the Sukshma Sharir. Sukshma Sharir is called subtle body. Again, it's not a physical body like this. It's not, the word body is kind of a misnomer, but it doesn't mean like a physical body, but it is an existence. So it's called a Sharir. The reason that the Vedantic teachers called it Sharir, because that is also something that has a boundary, and it also has an existence just like the physical body, but it is a subtle body, but quote body. It is very subtle inside. That's why it's called Sukshma Sharir. And that has three components. So that is Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, and Vignanmaya Kosh. So Pranmaya Kosh are the vital sheaths, all the airs in the body, the breathing that we do, the different airs, the prana shakti. Pranmaya Kosh, that is the vital sheath. Manomaya Kosh, the mental sheath. So this is what predominates in there, in the subtle body. And the subtle body is composed of those three: the Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, and Vignanmaya Kosh. And actually, when we say mental sheath, that is really where actually, the Antakarana is present in that sheath. Sheath. Sheath means kosha. But what predominates, the avastha that predominates, is Swapna Avastha. Meaning in Sukshma Sharir is most prevalent, most in our awareness in the dream state. It's always there. Even when we're awake, it's still there. But when we're dreaming, that is called Tejasa. So the Tejasa is referring to the energies that are involved in creating the dream world. And the Vignanmaya Kosha is also present there. So because it is part of the subtle body. These Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vignanmaya Kosh are part of the subtle body. And they are definitely present even in Jagrata Avastha. It's not like even the diagram is shown like this. This should not be considered that these things are all separate from each other. It's not like that. Now, when we are in the Swapna Avastha, the Ahankar and the Buddhi and the Manas are mostly inactive. They're active, but not that. They're active in a little different way. The Chitta is active. All of our memory structure is active. And that's what's generating the dream world. So, the point we have been trying to understand is that the dream experience uses a great deal of energy. It is a very real experience for us in many ways. And not only that, the Jivatma that is experiencing all of this, the Shariratraya, Panchakosha, Avastatraya, Antakarana, the Jivatma that is experiencing all of this is actually separate from everything here. It's totally different from the Jagrata Avastha, from the Swapna Avastha, from the Sushupti Avastha, from all of these koshas also. The Annamaya Kosh, Pranmaya, Manomaya, Vignanmaya Kosh, Anandamaya Kosh. That's the causal body. We'll talk about that later on. But the Jivatma is separate from that. The Jivatma is the dreamer. The one who is dreaming the dream. That is the experiencer, that is Tejasa. So the dreamer is caught due to ignorance and agnan in all of this massive expression of Maya. Very profound expression of Maya are the three bodies, the Panchakoshas, Avastatraya, and the Antakarana. It is expression. So when we are sleeping at night time, we do need to sleep and dream. And we're going to talk in the next several days, probably the whole next week, we will go into the multiple aspects of the dream sleep and, from multiple angles to really, really look at that carefully. But the fact of the matter is that who is the dreamer? How can we discover who is the dreamer? This is the big question. So The difficulty here, there's another diagram. The difficulty here is that one is in Ajnan. Ajnan means lack of realization of the truth of who you are. We think I am the dreamer, all the content in the mind, all the different objects and floating around in there, in the chitta, in the people and places and memories and all that stuff that is rolling around in many, 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 many different ways. But let's just be clear why we don't realize who we are. So in Vedanta, this is called Ajnan. See that verse, Ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurum militam mena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru is one who removes the Ajnan. It shows us, like in this case, Shankaracharya Ji, Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Swaminarayan, all the great rishis, what they're teaching us, they're teaching all of us how to get this Ajnan out of our mind, how to see that which is beyond Ajnan. So the word Ajnan is made out of two words, A and Gnan, not Gnan. And that has 5 characteristics. Ajnan itself has 5 characteristics. That it is Anadi, it is Anirvachaniya, it is Trigunatmak, it is Bhavarupa, and it is Gnana Virodhi. It has 5 aspects. Let's look at each of those. Easy to understand, nothing complicated here. Anadi means it's beginningless. This point is commonly accepted by all the acharyas. Shankaracharya Ji, Madhvacharya Ji, everybody. Ramanuj, Sajanand Swami Maharaj, everybody. Why? Why do we say this Anadi? That the Jivatma has been within Ajnan from beginningless time. Now let's just consider what that means. Let's talk about that today first. Because that, even to understand that is a tumultuous thing. It's like, my God, what does that mean? First of all, the word Adi versus the word Anadi. Adi means beginning. In this world of our experience, the Jagrata world, we see that there's a beginning, middle, and an end. Isn't it so? We see a baby is born, a person lives, and then the person goes away, the body goes away. Everything in this world has a beginning, middle, end. Utpatti, Sthiti, Pralay. But the Ajnan, that lack of realization, see this point clearly, the lack of realizing who am I, that lack of realization is beginningless. Meaning what? One cannot say, if somebody says to Sachin, when did you who are the Atma, the Jivatma, when did it come into Maya? No answer to that question. You cannot say it came into Maya at a particular point. You also cannot say that the Brahman or God became the Jiva and came into Maya. If you say that, then the Brahman or the God has come into ignorance. So that is also not correct. When did this Jivatma come into Maya? There's no when. It has eternally been in Maya from beginningless time. That is called Anadi. What a concept. Even to imagine that would mean infinite lifetimes we have taken. Still we have not realized the Atma. And if you think about it in terms of infinity, that means we have done satsang infinite times. We have done sadhana infinite times. We have been born infinite times, gone into the Dev lokas and Svarga lokas and different yonis, infinite times. Still there is not the realization of the Atma. My God. There's a question asked later on in Vivek Chudamani, whenever we get there, but I'll mention it now. It's a very beautiful question because Vivek Chudamani is a samvad between Guru and Shishya. So the Shishya asks the Guru this question in Vivek Chudamani, hey Guruji, if you are saying that Maya is Anadi, beginningless, if this Atma Tattva is inside this Maya, this Jeev is in Maya from beginningless time, if that's the case, think in this way, how can possibly there be an end? How can you get out of Maya? There can never be an end. If something is beginningless, there can never be an end also. That's the question posed to the Guru, meaning to Shankaracharya ji. I mean, Shankaracharya ji is in the role of the Guru there, and the Shishya is everybody else, all the humanity. If you think logically, if something is beginningless, that means that eternally, immemorial, billions, even billions of years are nothing. There's no quantity there. Infinite time in the past. The Jivatma has been inside Ajnan. Wow. My God, even to wrap our head around this idea is very difficult. We always think somehow we came into Maya somewhere, but who are we? And so in Vedanta, the Vedantic teachers realized that the Maya is anadi, that the Ajnan has been there beginningless time. Now, this is a matter of realization. It's not simply a matter of Sachin talking about it or anybody else saying, that this is like this. When Shankaracharya ji and Sajanand Swami and all these other acharyas are saying that Maya is beginningless, they are speaking those words from that state beyond Maya. Otherwise, they cannot say those things. They cannot say Maya is beginningless. Unless they are seeing what is Maya from that anirvachaniya, from that anirdesh state. This word anirdesh means boundaryless Brahman. Sajanand Swami himself used to speak right. He says, Likhavit Sahajananda Swami, Anirdesh thi Likhavit. I'm speaking from there, from beyond Maya, Anirdesh. This word comes in the Gita also. This word comes in so many Vedanta scriptures in Vivek Chudamani. Nirdesh, Anirdesh. Nirdesh is everything underneath Maya. That's what you can point to. Anirdesh is that state where you cannot point to. It is infinite. So it is from the realization of the Brahman that Shankaracharya ji and Vedvyas ji and all these acharyas are saying that Maya is anadi. They're not saying it out of an intellectual, philosophical analysis. They're not saying it that way. They're making that statement in the relative world for all of us so that we awaken to the fact that, my God, this Jivatma has been inside this, rolling around inside Ajnan from beginningless time. So the Shishya asks Shankaracharya ji, if that's the case, how can there be an end? But the Guru, meaning the Guru in the Vivek Chudamani, answers, even though Maya is beginningless, even though the Ajnan is beginningless, that doesn't mean that it has to remain that way. You can awaken to who you are and it will end. It's like this, very simple analogy. If there is a planet somewhere in the galaxy, so far away from any light, it is just all dark. You go on that planet, you cannot see even one ray of light at all. Just imagine for a moment. It's been dark like that for billions of years, let's say. But if you take one flashlight and turn it on, light is there. If you strike one match, light is there. You put one diva on, right? Light is there. Just because there has been darkness for billions of years on that planet or in that area of the galaxy or whatever it is, doesn't mean it has to be that way. All you need is some light. You strike a match and the darkness is gone. Is it not so? Similarly, this is the whole point of Vivek Chudamani. That even though Ajnan and Maya and all the dveshas and problems and all these things that are there, all the avasthas and all these experiences are there, it just needs a striking of the match of Jnana, striking of that match. Oh, I am not this. That striking of this match of Jnana, the match of light, that striking of it, that is the beginning of the anubhav of the Atma. हम कौन हैं? मैं कौन हूं? In the Sanatana Dharma, so many acharyas have written, so many people have written, different paramahansas, different philosophers, different psychologists, different rishis. Thousands and thousands and thousands of pages are written just on this point, how this atmic realization begins to spark open. Oh, I am this. I am not simply this limited experience. Yes, the limited experience is mine, but that's not really who I am. So the anubhav of the Atma is a matter of a break in the causal body. It is a break in that deepest of and most wonderful of meditative states where the mind is so stable and steady, where the three avasthas, the three gunas, the panchakosha are all in harmony. And by upasana, Bhagavan ki upasana se, by the upasana, by the worship of Paramatma who is beyond Maya, and the gurus are also, they're Brahma Swarup gurus, they are beyond Maya also. By their samagam, by their contact, the mind attaches to God and enlightened saints and enlightened beings, and the mind is enlivened by satsanga, by the divinity, and something very special happens. That is called krupa, Parameshwar ki krupa, that Mahamaya, which is the power of Paramatma, it releases the Jivatma. We'll continue tomorrow. I know we have to end here today a little bit further, but this is the essence of the whole Vedantic journey that we are on, and it is the most extraordinary thing to keep contemplating on and move ahead in this, right? So we'll stop here for today and continue tomorrow along the whole Swapna Avastha. We'll understand it even in much more depth as we move into this next 4 or 5 days on Swapna Avastha. Hari Om.